That's the matcha one, is it? Supposed to look like that?
I have no idea what matcha's meant to look like.
Oh well,
So-
should be alright.
If you're a matcha girly like me, then you must absolutely be loving the matcha renaissance we're currently experiencing in Australia. It is matcha fever. I also note that pistachios are very popular at the moment too, so I don't know, people just love green stuff. Anyway, a sign that matcha has taken over, has reached a full saturation point in Australia, is the fact that 7-Eleven is now selling matcha shakes. So I couldn't help myself, I had to go in and check them out. Now, while I was there, I did notice a whole bunch of other Japanese things. Now, if you've been paying attention to 7-Eleven news, which I'm sure you have been, then you will know that a few years ago, 7-Eleven Japan actually purchased a large portion of 7-Eleven Australia, and they are trying to Japanify Australian 7-Elevens. If you've been to a 7-Eleven in Japan or you've spent more than 20 minutes on TikTok, you will know that Japanese 7-Elevens are elite. They are really, really good. Now, Australian 7-Elevens, they do have some catching up to do. Their hot food effort from a few weeks ago is not exactly at the same level of Japanese 7-Eleven food, but it is getting there and it's good to see them try. And the shake machine, the shake station, is also a step in the right direction, so good on them. Anyway, there are some other things at the moment as well, which at 7-Eleven just screamed Japanese 7-Eleven to me. So I did also pick up the onigiri, the breakfast of salarymen, the preferred breakfast of salarymen in Japan, the onigiri, or rice balls as they're sometimes called, but you know, they're not balls, are they? Now, I checked these out a while ago and they were brand new to 7-Eleven, but the variety they had back then were a little bit strange. They had like some Korean beef. The most popular ones in Japan, I would say, are the tuna mayo and the prawn mayonnaise, which is what they have finally released in Australia. So there we go. Now, I've spent some time in Japan. These were my breakfast for like a good few months. Yeah, an onigiri, and it would not be a complete breakfast without the Boss coffee. So I also picked up a Boss coffee just to recreate, you know, the traditional Japanese breakfast in my car in Australia. How lucky are we? Now, of course, they used to sell a rainbow blend in Australia, the Boss Coffee Rainbow Blend, but they did get rid of that. I imagine because they were selling it almost 4 times as expensive as you could get it in Japan. In fact, it was cheaper to get a rainbow blend coffee imported from Japan than it was to get the one sold for the Australian market. How does that make sense? I don't know. Now, as luck would have it, they had this whole section of 2 for $7. One of the items was a Boss coffee, and one of the other items were some chips. And at the moment, Kettle are doing a ridge cut Japanese style fried chicken chips. So I'm gonna get stuck into that later as well. So it's a Japanese feast. Why do you need to go to Japan when you can have all of the tastes of Japan in 7-Eleven Australia? Almost the same thing. Anyway, let's check them out. I will start with breakfast. I feel that these are probably the least sort of strong tasting thing, so I'll start with the onigiri. Now, the cooked tuna mayonnaise. I've probably eaten over 100 tuna mayonnaise onigiri in Japan, so I'm no stranger to these. I do like them. I do have a pretty good idea of the flavor profile. So first of all, good job that they are selling them in this way, because yeah, it keeps the seaweed nice and fresh. Anyway, what does it taste like? Let's give it a go. Whoa. That rice there is very sticky and dry. You know, in Japan they use sticky rice. I think they've used extra sticky rice for the onigiri here. But the flavor of the tuna is not bad. And, you know, a decent portion. Not bad. Actually, the mayo to tuna proportions is quite good. So, well done there. Not bad. I forgot to mention, these were 2 for $6.50 as well. Again, way more expensive than Japan, but, you know, we don't have the manufacturing base. So, not bad, not bad. Anyway, how's the prawn one? Let's crack this open as well. Now, actually, the mayo was really, really common. It was less common to see the prawn one in Japan. So, yeah. Anyway, let's give this a go. Okay. I think I can see some bits of prawn in there. What is this? It's got like lettuce or something? Yeah, I don't really know what that was. Can't see. Look at that. Cooked prawn. Litopanius vaname. Wow. They've got the Latin name for it on there. I think that was parsley. Was that parsley? Pickled ginger, perhaps? I can't quite tell what that was. Anyway. Yeah, kind of a garlicky sort of thing. I don't know. That is, again, really not a bad mayonnaise and prawn blend. Oh my god, what is... I would love to eat these when they're super, super fresh, like when they're just delivered, because at the moment, I can tell these are a bit old. They're delivered daily, but you know, 24 hours in a day. These might be 12 hours old by this point, so I'm guessing these are kind of healthy. Definitely healthier than the battered sausage and pizza in the hot food section. So if you want something a bit healthier from 7-Eleven, then definitely these are a decent choice. And $6.50 for two is really not a bad price. I think they're around $4 each normally, which is a bit too expensive for me, but two for $6.50, not bad. All right, let's see what it's like with the strawberry matcha shake. Alrighty, so that's it there. I actually watched the whole thing being made, and yeah, I don't know. It's good to see stuff get made sometimes, but other times, yeah. Anyway, let's give it a go. Yeah, it's not the vibrant green I was expecting, to be honest. Maybe the strawberry is a little bit like whatever this color is. Maybe the normal one is a bit different, but anyway, let's give it a go. I'm not sure what's happening here. Maybe I should have gotten the green tea one. I thought it was going to be like strawberry, then green tea on top, but they seem to have mixed these all together. It kind of really tastes like a banana smoothie, to be honest. If I didn't know what this was, and I had to guess, I would have said a banana smoothie. It really does taste like vanilla ice cream with some vague, general sort of fruit flavors added in. So when I say banana smoothie, I mean like a smoothie with that banana flavoring. It does taste quite artificial. A lot of people don't like matcha because it has that grassy sort of taste. I quite like it, but this does not have a grassy taste at all. All I can really taste is maybe the strawberry, but yeah, it's just a vanilla shake with some fruity flavor. A bit disappointing, to be honest. Alrighty, I couldn't leave it there without trying the matcha itself. So I did go back to 7-Eleven. The machine, like, kind of screwed up to start with. I don't know what is happening down at this particular shake station. But what is the matcha frappe like? The non-strawberry version. Let's have a go. Wow. I mean, surely the machine is just broken. This is a milkshake. There is no matcha in here at all. There is not even a whisper. I don't know. I pressed the button. I filmed myself pressing the matcha button. This is, yeah. I cannot taste any matcha at all. I think it's broken. I think it's broken. I mean, it tastes fine, but it just tastes like a vanilla milkshake. Very strange. I'm kind of not in the mood for a Boss coffee. I've reviewed this on the channel before, so you can check that out. Alrighty, I might try these chips next. Now, I don't know why they've called it Japanese style fried chicken. I think the word karage has been established. Most people know that word, even if they can't say it. It is always funny going to a takeaway sushi restaurant and hearing the amazing variety of ways people say karage. It's karagi or karaji or karag, but yeah, karage. I know the spelling is a bit confusing, but anyway, it's karage. So anyway, here are the chips. They look pretty good, just like normal chips. Wow, that is a huge best before date there. That's interesting. They have a slight peppery smell, but what do they taste like? Let's give them a go. Wow, they are some very crispy chips. They are thicker and crunchier. Thicker and crunchier than what? I'm not sure. But, yeah, I'm not sure about these. To be honest, these actually taste pretty good, but they taste nothing like chicken karage. Even in the ingredients here, look, they've got some spices, celery, black pepper, star anise. You know, chicken karage, it's actually like a bit simpler than that. They don't use spices in it. You know, the natural flavor of the chicken really is what sings in the chicken karage. That just a bit too spicy. By inspired by, did they mean like they saw a picture of chicken karage and thought, let's make some chips that vaguely resemble chicken karage. They don't taste really anything like chicken karage, but you know, they do sort of look like it. They're the same shade of yellowy brown, I guess. These are a pretty good chip though. I will say they're definitely not a bad chip. This is Kettle's first foray into a ridge cut. And I think on that level, it's quite successful. But anyway, that is the rundown of Japanese food available at 7-Eleven. Yeah, like I said, the strawberry matcha at least did not taste anything like green tea. The onigiri, pretty good, actually. Not too bad. And the Japanese fried chicken chips, yeah, I mean, if you like chips, then they're fine. You know, if you like potato chips, they taste like most potato chips. They just do not taste like Japanese fried chicken. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I will finish off my things, and I will catch you later. Kanpai. And for those of you wondering what my shirt says, this is actually a collector's item. I got this at a Devo and Poly6 concert in Japan in 2008, and it was quite cool. Cheers.